Greetings from Vasva Engineering Group. We take this opportunity to make aware to our esteemed customer, how to get optimum project cost in design of a tender package. As it is a common practice, customer invites price quotes for various erection jobs such as erection of belt conveyors, bag filters, bucket elevators and structures etc. in rupees per metric ton basis, whereas customer has provided certain quantity of work. Then after getting quotes from multiple bidders, customer makes price comparison. After arriving total value of work, the lowest bidder wins the order. A typical example is described here for reference. Erection of equipments is 287 metric ton. Erection of structure is 356 metric ton. Now customer has asked to quote price in rupees per metric ton for both of the above. Of course, customer has mentioned that all manpower, PPEs, safety gadgets, tools and tackles, consumables and also cranes are in contractor's scope. At first instance, the tender seems to be all right. However, the above data is not enough for true costing. If you have gone through our video square principle, you can understand the significance of this topic easily. If you have not viewed the above video, we request to please go through the same. Anyway, let's be back to our topic. So, we were discussing about the tender. Customer has asked to quote the price for erection of equipment 287 metric ton and erection of structure 356 metric ton. Is it enough for calculating true costing? Let us go into the details. Say, let us take a belt conveyor. There are several components in it. Gearboxes, motors, pulleys, idlers, stringers, conveyor belt itself, and above all counterweights in take-up device. The expenses of erection of all the above components are different. Installation of drive pulley, gearbox and motor involves more activity, especially alignment work. On the other hand, installation of idlers is comparatively less expensive. Similarly, expenses on installation of counterweight and structure are different. Let us take two cases for comparison. Case 1. Consider one belt conveyor which is having gearbox, motor, pulleys weighing 6 metric ton, idlers weighing 23 metric ton, counterweight 7 metric ton, stringers and supports 14 metric ton. So total weight is 50 metric ton. Case 2. Another set of 7 belt conveyors which is having gearbox, motor, pulleys weighing 28 metric ton, idlers weighing 7 metric ton. Counterweight is 0. Stringers and supports 15 metric ton. So total weight is 50 metric ton. Both case 1 and case 2 are related to erection of belt conveyors. Both are 50 metric ton. What will be the price of erection of equipment in both cases? In rupees per metric ton? Will it be same for both cases? Which case will be quoted at higher price? Obviously it is the case 2. It is the set of 7 small horizontal conveyors, where the weight of pulleys, gearbox and motors is having higher proportion as compared to case 2. Also, the counterweight is nil. What we are trying to focus. Yes, we want to say that customer should provide the details of quantity of individual components. The general arrangement drawing showing the elevation of work. Therefore, merely indicating the overall weight of equipment is not enough. Apart from the quantity of individual components, the elevation of work is also an important factor to estimate fair and accurate price. Let us discuss how it is. Say the previous example belt conveyor is taken. Case 1. A conveyor has a certain profile. For example, total horizontal distance is 175 meter. Out of this 175 meter, first 48 meter is horizontal and the elevation of technological structure is 6 meter. Thereafter, the inclination of 11 degree goes to elevation 21.5 meter for next 80 meter distance. Thereafter the conveyor goes at 13 degree inclination up to 32.3 meter elevation for rest of 47 meter distance. And there is a hopper building structure having 134 metric ton at elevation of 35 meter. Case 2. This conveyor has a different profile. For example, total horizontal distance is 175 meter. Out of these 175 meters, first 8 meter is horizontal and the elevation of technological structure is 6 meter. Thereafter, the inclination of 11 degree goes to elevation 21.5 meter for next 80 meter distance. Thereafter the conveyor goes at 13 degree inclination up to 39.2 meter elevation for rest of 87 meter distance. And there is a hopper building structure having 222 metric ton at elevation of 42 meter. Now, let us come to the point why we are discussing all the details. Please see the running hours as indicated. Our requirement of crane is, say for the first case is Hydra 14 metric ton for first 48 meter. Crane 50 metric ton for next 80 meter. Crane 150 metric ton for last 47 meter including the hopper building. See the cost of crane for all the three areas listed above is different. Hiring Hydra 14 metric ton is cheaper than 50 metric ton crane. And this is cheaper than 150 metric ton crane. Our requirement of cranes for the second case is Hydra 14 metric ton for first 8 meter. Crane 50 metric ton for next 80 meter. Crane 150 metric ton for last 87 meter including the hopper building. Obviously, if we divide the cost of crane with equivalent structural work of the three parts, all will be different. Please observe two different examples. In case 1 the weight of structure which can be erected by Hydra 14 metric ton is more as compared to case 2. In case 2, the weight of structure involving 150 metric ton crane is more. Obviously the cost of erection for case 2 will be higher than case 1. Therefore, if customer wants a contractor to take the crane under their scope, that means contractor's scope, then customer must furnish elevation-wise weight schedule and drawing, so that a bidder can quote the price competitively. Otherwise, it is better to keep all cranes be in customer's scope, or let customer make the assessment of their job and declare the specification of crane to contractor, so that all the bidders consider the hiring of that crane only. Let us summarize our discussion. Customer must furnish BOQ of equipments and the components, their capacity, weight and the elevation. A drawing of equipments, showing elevation, major dimensions and weight. Providing only overall weight is not enough to make a true assessment and quote a competitive price. We once again request you to view our video on square principle if not gone through. Hope we are clear on our views. VASVA Engineering Group has pioneered in true and meticulous assessment of work. True costing based on logical and scientific methodology. It aims at giving a quality service with right price. Thank you.